riding a motorcycle. This is where my outro video is filmed at. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning on into the Evergreen Motovlog channel. Welcome back. Great day to be out on the motorcycle. I mean, clouds kind of suck, but otherwise, I feel like it's a pretty good day to be out here. A lot of you have been asking about the Swingarm bag I have down here, the one I installed from KEMIMOTO. I've had it for almost a year at this point. Today's a good day to do an update video, share my experience with this, and go over a few things, you know, some things I like, some things I dislike. And at the end of the video, I'll go over whether or not I would buy this bag again. So stick on around and let's get into it. Before we get started on the video today, I'm going to just drop this in here. Forgot to film it earlier, but if you like motorcycle content, consider subscribing to the Evergreen Motovlog channel. I've got tons of motorcycle content both on the channel and headed your way, so smash the notification bell for future uploads and or live streams. Either way, thank you for stopping on by. So yeah, like I mentioned, I purchased this bag about a year ago. The install process actually went pretty smoothly, but it took a little bit longer than I was expecting it to. So if you haven't had a chance, go ahead, check out my video. It's going to be linked on up here. In that video, I take a look at the bag. I just pull, kind of do a little bit of an unboxing, and then I install it on my motorcycle. And then I give my first impressions, kind of initial review and everything. So this is my updated review after actually owning the bag for about a year. Like I said, using it in the real world. But before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and hit you with some sick B-roll footage of the KEMIMOTO Swingarm bag. Jumping right in, just kind of go over the capacity of the bag real quick here. So if I open it up, we have these two clamps. And then real quick, before I get into the bag, there are 3 points that the bag is secured to the bike. One is up here, and if you can see, I have it on the right side of this bar here of the frame. The next one is down here. And then the third one is down here on the swing arm. I did have somebody comment and ask whether I thought it was a good idea or not to actually have this strap down here because of the chain and everything. But honestly, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. I've got my helmet on. Really, I don't think it's that close to the chain at all. If you look here, the chain is down here, but the swing arm, it's wrapped pretty tightly around the swing arm here. And so I don't really see any chain interference while I'm riding. I haven't had any issues, probably got a few thousand miles of this bag at this point. And then if the strap were to break, I think it would be such a loose, kind of flimsy strap that would just be flopping around that I don't think it would really interfere with the chain at all in any way. So up to you, do your research, make sure you're being safe, but I haven't really noticed any issues. I'll open up this bag. So what I have in here is got a microfiber towel, pair of sunglasses if I'm wearing my clear visor, and then also I have my disc brake lock here. Pretty good space, pretty good storage. I have a video where I was able to put a couple large ramekins of queso from Chipotle. So, yeah, the bag definitely has a decent amount of capacity. The things I haven't been able to fit in there is a visor for my helmet. I really wanted to be able to, have a place to put my second visor, so when I'm out riding, I can swap those out. That did not fit even if I took everything out. But overall, you know, I have a kind of a small toolkit that can fit in there. My tire inflator and battery jump starter pack should be able to fit in there, no problem. You know, obviously phone, wallet, all those good things. So if you're going for kind of like a minimal amount of stuff when you're riding, this bag does a really good job. Overall, I think the bag does a really good job. Like I said, it holds a decent amount of stuff. It doesn't hold everything that you want, but at the same time, you know, this is a small bag. It's not meant to, you know, go grocery shopping with or anything like that. So it stayed really secure to the bike. It's a little loose right now because these straps do kind of stretch with time. So all you need to do is just go down another loop. That'll definitely tighten it back up. The clasps work great. Haven't had any issues with them. Opening and closing, they seem like they are durable enough. So yeah, overall, I've been pretty pleased with the bag. Those are some of the pros that I would say, you know, that I've experienced. Now if we move on to a couple of the cons, just a couple things that I've noticed that maybe, you know, I'd appreciate that the bag did differently. The first thing is that this bag is, not only is it not waterproof, it is not really water resistant. Definitely if there's just like sprinkling just a little bit of rain, it's really not that big of a deal. It's able to handle that fine. But any kind of constant water, it just leaks right in, and that's at a stop and while you're moving. For instance, when I was washing the bike, you know, I did my best to try not to let water get directly onto the bag while I'm hosing everything else down, but of course water's going to splash and everything. And when I opened up the bag, it was just completely filled with water. So that was really frustrating. That kind of leads me into the second thing that, you know, I was a little bit frustrated with, or, you know, that I feel like this bag kind of falls short, is that there's no real easy way to remove it from the bike without having to undo all of the clasps. And, you know, if every point that I've secured the bag to was like the swing arm down there, then I guess that really wouldn't be a huge deal because it's just a quick looping the straps around each bar. But like I mentioned in my previous video, right here, this part right here is really, really, really tough to get the strap in. And part of that might be because I have the Mustang seat. Go ahead, check out that video. All right, bear with me as we make a quick change and move on over to a different place to kind of finish filming. There's this weird silver SUV, I don't know if you saw it in any of the shots, that just kind of kept circling the parking lot and stopping, and I'm sure it's totally fine, but you know, my spidey senses were tingling a little bit, so I just decided, you know, let's move on over to this other parking lot and finish things out here. Whoa, I put it into neutral, you Alright, we are at filming spot number 2. Like I said, probably wasn't a big deal, but you know what? Better be safe than sorry, and want to make sure I can live to motovlog another day for all y'all. So yeah, I would say kind of downfall or frustration number 2 is that there's really no easy way to take the bag off of the motorcycle. There's probably not a lot of situations where you would need to do that, but one of them, like I said, washing my bike, right? I don't want there to be so much water pouring in there, you know, when I'm washing my motorcycle, and I really don't want to have to take the bag off every single time I go to wash my bike. So that's a little bit frustrating. You know, the water is definitely an issue. I didn't expect this bag to be waterproof. Definitely doesn't say that on the Amazon link or anything like that, but just kind of keep that in mind, you know, if you're going to be riding in heavier, you know, rain or washing your bike or, you know, encountering water in any way, keep in mind that this is not going to protect your stuff from water, so whatever you have in there should be, you know, protected as much as possible or pulled out. The third thing that I would say really has been kind of a frustration, if I take a look down here, is really quickly the zipper on this little extra pouch here crapped out on me. Oh, really? Wow. KEMIMOTO bag already getting all... That sucks, dude. Well, hopefully everything stays in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see, yeah, it popped off. And I know there's ways to fix this, but, you know, the fact that this just happened within a few weeks of getting the bag put on the bike is really, really frustrating. It's not a huge deal because the bag still keeps everything secure, but I put some papers in here, I put a couple other valuables, you can put your keys, different things, and so having that extra little zipping pouch, you know, just kind of keeps things organized, and it's just nice to kind of keep things out of the way. So the fact that that broke almost immediately was you know, really disappointing. Again, not something that's a huge deal. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a deal breaker. You know, it is a $60 swing arm bag. You still hope that it, at least the quality holds up decently for a little while, right? The good news is that's the only thing that I have had fail on the bag. Everything else has been working really well. So, you know, like I said, the straps are staying to the bike perfectly fine. The clasps are doing well. The construction of the bag has been pretty well. You know, I haven't found any other holes, any tears. Overall, I think the only thing that I've really run into that's had an issue has been that zipper, which, again, isn't a huge deal, but it's something I figured I'd mention and make sure you are aware of. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hop on the motorcycle, go meet up with a buddy, and do some riding. So I'll give my final thoughts on the bike. 3, 2, 1. All right, and we are on the motorcycle. Just to wrap today's video up, talking about the KEMIMOTO Swingarm bag, and, you know, going over what my final thoughts and if I would get this bag again or not. So if I had to give my final thoughts on the KEMIMOTO Swingarm bag, I would say that it's overall a positive experience so far with this bag. It's done what it's supposed to do. It holds a decent amount of stuff. It's stayed on the bike. I haven't had any issues in terms of tightening it to the bike or any issues with keeping it closed or anything like that. For having a little bit of extra storage, throw just a couple items in there, it's really helpful. You know, if you're gonna go super bare bones, you could just throw your phone and your house keys in there and not have anything else and be good to go. But like I said, you know, just kind of keep some of those cons in mind, or, you know, I guess I could say, like, you know, things that I wish the bag did a little bit better. Just kind of keep in mind it's not waterproof, it's really not water resistant, and the installation process can kind of just be a little bit challenging. You can run into some issues, so just kind of keep those things in mind. But overall, I definitely have enjoyed having this bag, and I'll keep it on my motorcycle. To answer the final question of the Motovlog, would I buy this bag again? The answer to that question is yes. I definitely think I would buy this bag again. I would keep in mind that it does have some of those issues, so I may look somewhere else in the future. But, you know, if I'm looking for a quick, cheap, easy bag, throw on the bike, and that can really give me some benefit, then this swing arm bag I think is perfect. So the KEMIMOTO swing arm bag does awesome. I have it on my you know, my left side of my motorcycle. That's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all for stopping on by and getting to this point. I really do appreciate it. If you like motorcycle content, go ahead and subscribe to the Evergreen Motovlog channel. I really would appreciate it. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what your experience is with the KEMIMOTO swing arm bag or other swing arm bags and the Honda Rebel 500 or whatever motorcycle you use. This is the Evergreen Motovlog channel, reminding y'all to ride safe out there, mind your surroundings, especially cars about to pull out, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.